Okay, everybody, welcome back to Chad Knows. Now, today we have got one of our toughest issues, the ever dreaded plantar fascia. And I know if you guys are finding me on this, I'm not your first stop. You have tried conventional treatment and it hasn't worked. The little sock that you wear at night, the calf stretches, the getting in there and beating it up with a lacrosse ball, it's not working. I see this all the time, and when people ask me, hey, do you work on plantar fascia at your clinic and what's your success rate? Yeah, I work on plantar fascia all the time. My success rate is about 50%. And you know why it's only 50%? Is because very few people actually go through and do the things that they're supposed to do. Now, I'm very, very convinced that plantar fascia has to be done in a certain order for it to get better. And the first thing in that order, which sounds like a broken record for my lower back and for my hot ribs and all that stuff, you have to get the inflammation out. If your inflammation is still there, you cannot progress into rehab. So understand this with plantar fascia. My favorite tool in the world for plantar fascia is a frozen water bottle. And I like the ones that have all the contours in it. Freeze that thing, stick it in the fridge. Your job is at least daily, but probably twice a day, get on there and roll your foot back and forth on that thing until it goes numb. Now, how do we know if we're inflamed? How do you know? Because I can't progress into rehab if I've still got the inflammation issue. Well, one of the easy ways is when you take an Advil Relieve, does it work? Right? If you sit in a hot bath and you just let it blast on there, or very common what we like to treat, and I don't mind it, but it's the Epsom salt bath. You take an Epsom salt bath and start moving your foot around and all of a sudden it feels better, good. But that's only one part. How does it feel 15 minutes to an hour later? Because if your foot's killing you again, probably all you did was stick it in hot water, more blood came to the area, the body's response is, oh man, we're even more inflamed than we were before, let's just lock everything down. The other way to know if you're still inflamed is if you're going out for a jog or a run, and in the first mile or so it kind of loosens up and you get to where all the stuff's sliding and gliding and it feels a lot better, but then on your drive home or after you've sat and had some dinner or recovered a little bit, you can hardly get up and walk, well, you're still at stage one, man. You've got to get the inflammation down, and I cannot push this enough. I think after the inflammation's gone, the pain almost always goes away too, and that's the second part of why no one has success with plantar fascia. Because when the pain's gone, that doesn't mean the issue is gone. All you've done is probably transfer it up to where your calf is really sore, or your outer knee, or your lower back. So if you've been one of these guys that's been fighting plantar fascia for a year or more, be truthful to yourself. When my foot feels better and I'm having a good day, is my back sore? Is my calf sore? Because that's all that's happening. And a lot of times in the rehab world, we are so pushed into this. We have to get these guys better faster, and we have to show them what we've got. We got to give them all these exercises. So you get really dumb things that all they're doing is re-irritating the area. It feels good. You get in there, everything starts to work around. You're like, I like what they're doing. They're mashing me with their thumbs. They get the metal tools out and start working it. I do that stuff too, but I do not do it till the inflammation stage is over. So be realistic. Are you in the inflammation stage? And if so, it's a very unsexy visit right now. You're coming in and you're gonna get some ice and you're gonna get some desensitization, and you're gonna do the stuff so that we can get to phase 2. Talk to your friends. I know you have. You've had plantar fascia, that they've had plantar fascia. Eventually, the ones that don't really do their rehab for this stuff, they will go get a cortisone injection from the podiatrist, and it tends to work. The cortisone a lot of times will take the pain away. There is a clue for you. You are inflamed. You got an anti-inflammatory and the pain got better. Use that as a clue you're inflamed. Just because the pain is gone and the inflammation has gone down, which is temporary with that cortisone injection, don't you think your treatment has stopped. Now it's time to begin. This is where you can get in there and do some stuff. So on the video today, we're gonna assume your inflammation stage is past. You're past the inflammation, you're starting to feel better, you're on the downhill slide. Now, how do I get rid of this thing so I don't have it anymore? That's where we're going in just a second. Hey guys, Dr. Chad Peters back here again. If you like that content, if you like the way I deliver this stuff, or if you have questions about what was on, don't hesitate. Comment below and go through. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you disagree with. Let's have a conversation. The entire idea with this is that we all get better when we start discussing things. I'll see you soon.